Hi, and good afternoon. It's great to be here on a beautiful sunny day. It's one of these days I end up showing the sun out just to stop me being dazzled. It's good as we run up to Christmas just to take some time to reflect on what's going on. A brief introduction about me. I've really come from a long journey of working in financial services, and just really these days focusing on what I really enjoy doing is helping make a difference in people's lives. I realised a few years ago that actually what I enjoy doing is helping colleagues and people I know just achieve their full potential rather than what I was doing. And so, having retrained as a coach, I spent my time helping people reach their full potential, overcome the things which are holding them back, find success. And as we reach the end of the year, it's always a great time to do a bit of reflection on what's going on. This week, leading up Christmas, always seems quite busy. My children break up from school today, so it's my last normal day of work before Christmas. Before 2 weeks of children running around and a different focus on my life. And I always think it's important to take time out just to reflect on what's going on. And really, I'm not sure how 2022 has been for you. You feel free to ask any thoughts in the comments, in the chat. Always interested to know. I entered this year with lots of great plans and focusing on doing so many things, getting expectations for growing the business, learning and mastering new skills. I knew what I wanted to achieve with the workshops, and just following a path. I was excited about where it was going. And like most things, you have plans, you have ideas, and they don't always happen. Life sometimes gets in the way. Unexpected things crop up. Me, my family always comes before work, and so when things happen, I have to make a choice. It's family before work. But I continue to grow and learn, and sometimes it's very easy to focus on what you haven't achieved rather than what you have. And finding the right balance has been one of those challenges. I had a great vision around working and doing voluntary work. I'm particularly focused on debt cancelling at the moment. There's so much need around. There's drawn that conflict between earning enough for the family and spending time with them and doing other things. It's been one of those years. So with the energy crisis in Ukraine, it's not quite been the year I expected. But I realise as we come to the end of the year, one of the things I am going to be doing is really, week after Christmas, when life is much more quieter, really taking time out to focus on, reviewing what's gone well and what hasn't. And for me, the starting point is really just to sit down and work out actually where do I see my greatest successes over the last year. This is an important point. Just to come up with the top 10 is something I'm really starting to work about and think about the things. Had some really great conversations with clients, and I've seen how my confidence and skills around self-promotion and things like that have increased. Practical family times and having organised, good family holidays. It's sometimes the simple things and fun things we've managed to do which make the difference. And it's worth just finding, an hour to sit down and looking at those top 10. Sitting here and thinking, actually, I've got some ideas. I need to sit down and take that time out with no distractions, just to focus and see what's been really successful. There's lots of great things, and qualifying as a debt advisor is something we've done. Simply successfully repairing our oven when it broke. It was like success, something that harks back to my dad was always fixing stuff, and so being able to do some of that has been really good. And it's just sometimes it's just spending a few minutes looking back on what has and hasn't worked. Part of that, I can look at some of these workshops I've done over the year, thinking, oh, that was a really good powerful one for me, and really taking those lessons forward. And one thing, it's important, I think, to focus on the successes first. I think that just gets us in the mindset. I think we have achieved things, have been successes. They can be very small things. You know, I managed to lose some weight this year. I've managed to keep the fitness regime going at a certain level. Actually, those are the things I have done. Maintaining good relationships with my children. I've had lots of fun doing things. And once you really focused on those, for me, it's all about then thinking, well, actually, what hasn't gone well? I never liked the word failure. For me, failure is always the first attempt in learning. The language we use is always important. I didn't succeed at everything I set it to do. Some things haven't gone as well as I'd hoped. So I think when we look at the incident that involved my bike getting written off was definitely not successful. And feels like one of the biggest failures of the year. Things I didn't do very well. And certainly probably the thing that's had the biggest impact on me, because cycling is something I love, and losing my bike has been a bit of a challenge. And sitting there on the Christmas list to buy myself a new bike. And to be honest, I haven't built the level of audience to these shows I was hoping to at the beginning of the year. I'm just curious, just that really links to, I'm not a natural marketeer, and building my marketing skills is something I'm still working on. As an introvert and quite a shy person, talking about myself, it does not come naturally. It's really what I'm doing. But sometimes when you think about things that haven't gone well, for me, it's thinking about the language you're using to do it. So thinking, actually, not being personal, I failed at that. Okay, when I did that, I didn't achieve the results I wanted. Rather than it being you, it's just focusing on what you're trying to achieve, which didn't happen. That's it. I think for me, it's always taking that step back and looking at it from the objective third person point of view. Okay, I can see I was trying to really want to get on top of the marketing. Okay, not just noticing what's gone on, and one of those things you sit down and think, oh, what hasn't gone well this year? Had a bit of disaster with the car. I didn't close the bonnet properly, for example. It rained heavily and water leaked into the engine, caused damage. That's a very annoying thing that hasn't gone well. Some of these things are quite, you think of the personal stuff and you go, okay, that's not really what I want to share. But you just think about those things. It's funny, you sit there this morning, I was thinking through, and sometimes it's just taking that time when you start talking about it, other things come up. Because when I think about successes, I think actually overcoming my nervousness and my lack of self-confidence, actually have a bit of a speaking role there, which feels like a success I wasn't thinking of, which really brings me neatly onto the next point. What do you notice about your list? So it's really getting the list of these are the things I see as my successes. These are things I didn't succeed at. What do you notice? I noticed that when stepping out my comfort zone, I achieved more from when I went more out my comfort zone. I'm not going to push it, and that really gets me thinking about taking part in the American play was really stepping outside my comfort zone a lot of the time, and I really enjoyed it. Whereas the marketing, I haven't stepped outside my comfort zone. I've stayed within it, and I look back and actually only achieved part of what I wanted to do because I didn't learn the lesson from what I was succeeding at. Things I was succeeding at, I was pushing my boundaries and seeing where I can get to. Just talking about that just can help you realize the difference it makes. What is stopping you achieving? What is it? We can all learn new skills. We can all listen, watch, hear, get taught. What we need to do is be putting them into practice. And actually, what I can see by comparing the list, what I noticed between the successes and the things that haven't gone well, I put more energy into the successes than I have into things I didn't do. That's really, for me, is really the most powerful lesson I think we can take away. And to drill down into the individual goals. Instant with my bike, I didn't stand up for myself, and the consequences was some nice person stamped on my bike and wrote it off. And sometimes I worry about too much about what people think. It puts me off doing the marketing when I should be stepping out. For example, I know the impact I have with the conversations I do have with people, and I know there's greater potential there. But it's just feeling that sense of openness. I know just doing these presentations opens me up to negative feedback. I actually find that really helpful because okay, this week it didn't work, next week it might work. We'll do something different. What can we do differently to make it a success? And that's really where I think it's coming from. Are you willing to learn the lessons? I've always worked on the basis you learn more from your failures than you do from your successes. Why it's failure is the first thing in learning, because you do something, you don't get the results you were hoping for, you think and do something different, you move forward. And it's really given me the sense of actually the journey I've been on for the last few years. I think when I started on this journey, I had the enthusiasm, no knowledge or experience, and now I bring knowledge, experience, and enthusiasm to what I want to do, and just see the way forward. So I would really recommend you spending an hour and some quiet time over the period that I will master screens over the Christmas period, just to focus on what you really learned over the year. I'm a great believer in keeping it simple. So having a list, okay, these are the things I really succeeded at, and just letting your mind wander through January to December, going, what did I do which went really well that month? What didn't really work? And just noticing and just seen the difference. I've noticed a difference. The core difference for me is the willingness to step outside my comfort zone and being willing to learn. Sometimes taking feedback is hard. And I know I don't always respond immediately well. I'm quite a reflective person. It takes time to go in and see the results. So as you think about it, when will you take time out? Yeah, I know next week after the Christmas holiday, the boys are sitting there fixated on their computers. My wife is enjoying some downtime. I will have that space to sit, find a quiet space just to do nothing and think and plan next year, take the lessons forward. So I often said I know my limitations about energies, and it's just thinking of it actually 20 minutes presentation is really where my energy levels have remained all years, and it's good to spend that time thinking. If you want to move forward, it's about figuring out what you're willing to do different. And I'm looking forward to next week, part week, when I'm not thinking about doing presentation, thinking about exploring in more detail, creating images, looking at different styles of doing these sessions next year. And even that's coming down to just thinking about just changing them from workshops to sessions is something I'm going with, because it just creates a different impression. It's all about change. I'm really doing things differently, doing a lot of the things the same, and we will be moving forward. I think is the key. 2023 is a year to move a lot closer where you want to be. It's a question of how quickly you want to move there. For me, life is always about what am I going to do differently before. So today is quite short and sharp reflection for me. I'd love to know your thoughts. You can either reach out now or send me a message afterwards. I'd love to know what you're thinking and doing and what's next on the journey. And yeah, have a great Christmas and New Year. Please do feel free to reach out. You can either email me at brian@brianpauljohnson.com. You can use the QR code to book some time in my diary. Always happy to have a chat and see how I can help. Always happy to get feedback as well. So unless you've got any final questions, I will finish it there for today. Thank you very much.